Hello fantasy faithfuls and welcome to Scheme Fit Season 4 Episode 3. Today I will be looking at Stefon Diggs and the Buffalo Bills.
Gannon steps into it, pass is caught! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown!
First, let's take a look at Stefon Diggs and his receiving patterns. Diggs relies heavily on short right zone and the deep shots. He is top of the league in deep targets in all zones and especially the deep right. He doesn't see too many passes short over the middle, and that is for the best, as his catch rate is his worst in this zone. The short right, on the other hand, is fantastic. 84% is fantastic in the zone you're most targeted to. Furthermore, the deep middle and right are amazing. Over 60% is really strong, so these will be important to look more into with Allen. His yards per catch is crazy good, pretty much across the board. We again see just how efficient he is on short throws to the right, and the deep shots are all way above league average. That deep middle is looking really dangerous. Looking deeper into his notable zones, we will be looking at targeting, completion rate, and yards per completion. The short and deep right are zones we will keep a really close eye on. For completion, again, it is that short right. This will be an important zone for Josh Allen, so will the deep right and middle as well. His yardage needs high numbers short right from Allen to stay on pace with his numbers in Minnesota, and I promise we won't see the same numbers in the deep zones from Allen.
There by himself. Allen on 1st and 10, under heavy pressure, he throws, has his man, it's Foster, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let us now focus a little bit more on Josh Allen. It is worrisome for Diggs that Allen only had the 21st most pass attempts in the league last year, but on the flip side, Cousins would rank 24th in this category. He targeted his number one receiver 22% of his throws last year. That would be roughly 103 targets for Diggs in 2020. And even with the limited pass attack, Allen had his wide receivers outscore the Vikings receivers 525 points to 460 in PPR. Breaking down his passing trends, Allen has a ton of passes outside the numbers in the short zones, which is great for Diggs as we want a lot of short right passes. Deep middle doesn't see too much, but deep right is his most targeted deep zone, just perfect as that was the same for Diggs. For accuracy, this is where we take a nosedive. 56 completion rate in the short right is terrible and actually the lowest in the entire NFL, even lower than Marcus Mariota. Same can almost be said with the deep middle. Only Kyle Allen is worse than Josh here, and deep right is also bad. When it comes to gaining yards, Allen is not doing too much better here. Sure, 11.3 and 9.1 are above league average, but just by 0.4 yards per completion. The deep middle is 7 yards below league average, and the deep right is a yard or so below, so I'm very concerned. Looking at the notable zones, the deep and short right will see a ton of targets go to Diggs, but the deep middle will be forgotten. All zones where Diggs is great in are zones Allen couldn't line a pass to save his life. And the yards will most likely go up a bit for Allen, as Diggs will raise them for him, but Allen won't be the guy to improve Diggs' numbers. So for fantasy, I'm worried for Diggs, while Allen, I'm a little bit more excited for. I would like to take a second to remind you to hit that like button, leave a comment what you think about this video, and subscribe to the channel. I love every interaction I have with y'all, and every little bit helps me put out even more content. Looking more into the play calling, when it comes to calling pass plays, McDermott have called a pass on 49% of his first down, 53 on second, and 72 on third. That is more passes on both first and second than Zimmer, but 2% lower on third. So more pass plays should be called overall compared to Vikings. And looking at Diggs' productivity on these downs, we see that he's more productive on second down compared to first and third. So this looks pretty good for play calling. More pass plays on second should help Diggs a little bit, but what about the red zone? Breaking down the red zone trends, Diggs saw his red zone targets go down from 26% in 2018 to only 10% in 2019. Diggs catches 90% of his red zone touchdowns in the short left zone. Guess where Allen has 40% of his touchdowns? Allen also saw massive improvements in his red zone stats, going from 4 touchdowns in 2018 to 13 in 19. Both Cole Beasley and John Brown led the Bills in red zone targets at 8. even if Diggs only gets 8, that is an improvement from his 2019 Vikings season. Diggs will be a bigger threat in the red zone in Buffalo, more targets, and more short left touchdowns.
Cousins has time, going far sideline. End zone, it's Diggs! Touchdown!
Lastly, we have their synergies and their bad fits. I'm going to be a little nice here and put the deep and short right in the zone match thanks to the passing and receiving patterns, but nothing else. There is not a great fit here. Allen's completion percentage and George should have disqualified this. So we have 2 decent zones. The red zone will provide more chances for Diggs to score touchdowns, so that's a real plus. And there will be more pass attempts in general, specifically on second down. But the bad fits are really bad in my opinion. The zones just don't match for Diggs. If we only look from Allen's point of view, it will make him more viable in fantasy, but Diggs will take a huge step back. With the low completion percentage and high yards per catch for Diggs, there will be more boom bust each week. There will be no consistency to talk about. Allen might throw more to Diggs, but he's so all over the place with his deep throws that even Diggs' hands won't help enough to make Diggs a top 20 receiver. So, in conclusion, I will be looking to draft Josh Allen as Diggs will raise his numbers and give him another great weapon, but I'm staying far away from Diggs. I don't like these boom bust numbers, especially for a guy I will have to draft pretty high. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for even more fantasy content. Till next time. Hello Fantasy Faithful, I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to check out more of them right here and here. In case you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat.